Alright, here is some covers, and I think I deserve some praise for my thumbnails for these videos. I cannot stand it when people do videos and they defeat any point in watching the video by including all the ones in the thumbnail. Like they do 10 major box office flops of 2021, and I've got all 10 of them in the thumbnail. I usually include one or two of the ones actually featured, but then the rest are all red herrings. Anyway, here is 5 good comic book covers, which are not the ones in the thumbnail, except for one or two of them which were in the thumbnail. We had a bit of a Neil Pollard loving a few weeks ago when I reviewed the 2-part 4 story by Marky Mark with the Space Pants Man. Underrated, dependable Neil Pollard. I wanted to include one of his covers in the last one when it was more timely with what I was saying that week. But I had another 4 cover on the last one, so poor Neil Pollard here, he got pushed back to this one. This is for 285 from the dismal, never-ending New God Sadger. One thing you will not hear people complain about in that story is the artwork, and especially covers like this. This makes the story look good. 4 is fighting one of the most visually appealing of Jack Quimby's New Gods characters. One of my favourites, actually. Great character. And with this cover, Pollard manages to evoke both Quimby and Buscema. This is a comic I reviewed and was incredibly down on. This is Multiversity's Pax Americana, and now you cannot see it because YouTube disabled it, but that is my most disliked video ever. It has like 30 dislikes. I think I was quite sympathetic to people who like it, and I underlined why I thought it was terrible. But sometimes people, they just dislike videos because you title them Pax Americana is borderline illegible. This cover is actually a variant, and an exclusive variant at that. I didn't know why or how this was the one that I got, but I am glad I did because I think it is a great cover. Compared to the other covers for this issue, this is by all planetary mass the best one. It has just got the charlatan characters on it, but if I had one gripe, I would have preferred to see the good Blue Beetles, not the hard one. Really like the cover anyway. We have a lot of classical excellent men show up on these videos, and I think it might be the case that I have this subconscious appreciation of the covers to this series because they take these classic Christopher Clairvoyant stories and redraw and reimagine them, and I am able to separate the new cover from the original story they represent. I imagine that there are just different stories inside, if that makes sense. This is Michael L. Boy, and I didn't know what else to say about Michael L. Boy. He has a style and a look, and it usually works well. This is just a very good cover, and I can pretend that inside the comic isn't some crappy Christopher Clairvoyant, Storm-centric rubbish. Jim Starman isn't a great artist. I have voiced this plenty of times. If you want to get into his actual art, he is imperfect. What he can do is dazzle you enough that you didn't focus on the flaws of the artwork. This colour is one of them. This is the death of the Eternals, #1, and he has drawn most of the major recognisable Eternals characters, and it is one of his everything but the kitchen sink pictures. It is a good cover in spite of the story contained within. It is not a good series, but this first issue cover is enough to lure you in for disappointment. Dave Edgar Hoover. I think we have not had one of his covers in one of these videos yet, and here is one that I really love. There is the added thing that I actually really unironically like this kind of dopey character that features on this cover. AmeriCop. Black Lives Matter, not to AmeriCop. Not because they're black, just in general, lives do not matter to AmeriCop. This is just a tremendously underutilised and then horribly utilised Captain America baddie, and it's nice that he got introduced with a cover that is legitimately decent, or if you are feeling critical, incredibly 90s. Those were my 5 good comic book covers. I do this thing at the end where I show them all together, but it's useless. You can really only see the one up front. Which ones were you a fan of? Which ones were you not a fan of? Do you like the music of Slade? Comment down below with a comment in the comment section. 7 thumbs up. And remember, keep smiling.